Well, it is the 12th of November, and I woke up to an email this morning stating that there was a maintenance issue with the aircraft. I guess when they were getting ready to leave, they had like a repositioning flight, I guess, this morning. I don't know when the maintenance issue arrived, if it was on the first leg of the flight or prior to them taking off for their flight out of the States. But whatever the maintenance issue happens to be, it has now delayed us leaving. So we are no longer leaving on the 14th. They are estimating the 16th, but there's been no confirmation and no updates all day, so I'm not sure. But after I got that bit of news, I emailed my friend just to give him a heads up, because he's been a big part of all of this, and told him what I got, and he's like, oh, well. And then a couple minutes later, he comes back and says, well, I didn't have a plane prior, but he's at a convention right now. Not sure where, but it is a service provider type, and he was approached by a company who happens to have the perfect plane for us to get home on. So he did submit a inquiry to the insurance company this morning, letting them know that they now were in possession of a plane, and if repairs were to take too long, that his company was ready to step in, and he gave them a quote as well, and from my understanding, from what he said, it would be a very comparable quote, if not better. So at least we went from having one plane to now two. We have a backup, so whatever maintenance issues, I really wish we would have heard something today letting us know if we were still going to go on the 16th, or if it was possible. They haven't updated the itinerary. They just sort of said the 16th. They didn't even notify the hospital, which was kind of strange, because they came in this morning and they were like, okay, we got all this stuff ready. I'm like, I got an email saying we're not going on the 14th. And then just here a few minutes ago, the nurses, 6 of them, came in with a tape measure and wanted to measure all of Heather's wheelchair dimensions, and then started asking a question about our luggage, which, again, I don't know why, because all that should have been handled a couple of weeks ago, plus a few days ago when I brought it back up. So either somebody isn't in the loop of what's going on, or there's just so many people who haven't gotten all the information. So I'm assuming it's the local person who's going to be transporting the wheelchair to the airport that's contacted them, but they didn't know, the nurses didn't know who it was. They just were asked for this information, but it also sounded like they still were under the impression we were traveling on the 14th. So I don't know, but it is now 5 o'clock, and we're going to take off and hunt down some dinner. Not really sure what I want. Well, I guess the tonkatsu place that's here on the corner looks still closed. So I guess that's out today. Bunch of school kids over here. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll find something. Alright, well, that's the daily update. Next, on to dinner. Okay, so it looks like the tonkatsu place doesn't open again until Wednesday. It's tomorrow for me. But so far, a lot of these restaurants I've passed are closed. And for some reason, I think a lot of these places in this area are closed on Tuesday. even though if you look on the Google Maps with the restaurant information, it says they're open 7 days a week. So you actually end up having to go to the restaurant and look at their sign, because the information is all over the place. I've been kind of wondering about the Hotel Java. They have a restaurant inside, but I don't know what time it actually opens. And I think it's right here, but it looks pretty dark in there. So 7:30 to 8:30 is happy hour. Oh, okay, so happy dinner is 7:30. So apparently it opens or not 7:30, but 5:30, 17:30. So I would have to wait around a half hour, or I could walk up the street and find something that's open now. As you can tell, I'm walking, so I'm not a person that likes to wait around much. So just waiting around for the flight to go home is really starting to wear on my nerves. Well, today they got some sort of food thing going on here. There's been a bunch of these little vendors all set up. It looks like they're going to be here for a while because they're still unpacking stuff. This person's got bentos. So here's the little sign and a map saying what's here. Some of the shops that are going to be here. Looks like about 20 places. Some of it was pre-made food, some of it was ingredients. It looks like the 12th and 13th. Tonight it's till 7, tomorrow night it's only till 5. But yeah, they've got a bunch of different things. Regretfully, I don't really have a place to cook. So the hamburger place is right up there. I just had that last night, so don't want to have hamburgers again. I'll have to check the time here real quick. I wish there was a clock around here, but there's not, and it doesn't show up when I'm recording. So yeah, I got to figure out what I want to eat. That's the catcher. Well, it looks like they're putting the Christmas tree up here. All right, so I had dinner. I had cold soba noodles with tempura. It was really tasty. I've never done the cold soba noodles before, so that was a kind of a first for me. I didn't really see anything along these little booths that I could take back with me. Most of it was fresh. There was some ice cream, but that won't keep. And I already got some ice cream back at the room for Heather. And she still hasn't eaten it all. So, no reason to buy any more. Not really sure what I want to do here. Probably got about 20 minutes of goofing off before I need to head back. I think there was a shop over here that had like Christmassy stuff here the other day, so I'm gonna pop my head in here and see what they got. All right, this is pretty typical here in Japan. Flight of stairs and an elevator. That's pretty common. And here's a car, and this is still a street, and they'll come racing down here. Now I haven't been down this particular street in the dark, so now that it's night, it looks like some of the places are open. Well, this is cool. They have the traditional seating where you sit on the floor. I don't know what okay means. Another one sitting on the floor. Problem with these that sit on the floor, I'd never get up. Not with my knee the way it is right now. I'd probably take up about as much space as a jumbo jet trying to stand up, so. It's kind of nice, it's all lit up. On the camera it makes it look a lot lighter than it really is in here, but yeah, you just kind of have to go down some of these little back streets sometimes. There's a whole parking lot that's empty. And a Neko. Yeah, I walked through this area the other night when it was daytime. So this is a lot of meat. Squid, meat, octopus. Alright, so we're gonna head on over to the 7-Eleven that's just up here at the corner and to the left. Damn, there's a bunch of cats in here. They're all... There's that one and there's like 5 more right here. This place says they have an English menu, but it is upstairs, so... cover charge, $600 per person, cash only. That's a big deal around here. A lot of these places are cash only. Alright, that is the first shuttle bus that I've seen that had a disabled sign that says it's accessible. So they do have them. Because when we were on the cruise ship, they kept insisting that there weren't any, but clearly there are some here. So I guess just depends on what service you contact. And that was a shuttle bus. That was not a city bus. So there are a lot of shuttle buses moving around, especially at this hour. All right, so I hit 7-Eleven, got some stuff for dinner. I got some stuff, or dinner. Got some stuff for breakfast tomorrow, and a snack for later. So now we're off to the hospital. Call it a night. I'll check my email before I go to bed. Maybe we'll get an update from the insurance company and confirming the flight. So yeah, if I don't get an email, I might email them myself and just ask them about why all of a sudden the hospital had reached out and started measuring the wheelchair. Again, I couldn't get the straight of it from them. I don't even think they know. But yeah, when the doctor came in this morning, I explained to him what was happening. He just looked at me and he just shook his head, and I'm like, I know, it's not on you, it's not on me, it's out of everybody's hands except, you know, other parties. So all we can do is hope for the best. All right. Yeah, I then had people come in today asking if we were okay because of all the stress. Yeah, it's a little stressful. You think you're going home, and then you're not going home, and then something else pops up. I mean, I'm not too worried about it at this point. Eventually we'll make it home. Hopefully before Thanksgiving. That would be kind of nice, right? I'd like to see the dog. I'd like to sleep in a real bed. I've been sleeping on that couch thing for over a month now. That's probably partly the reason why my knee's so messed up, because there's just no room. But all right, maybe tomorrow night I'll get over here to the tonkatsu place and have that for dinner. Since this is the closest to the hospital, it'd be kind of nice to try to keep from being on my knee as much as possible.